Hey guys, in August, sometimes it's just super hot outside, the humidity is way up, and the bass fishing isn't all that good anyway. That's a good indication to go out and do some night fishing. That can be really fun and dynamite fishing at the same time, but you got to be prepared for it. So let's talk a little bit about that. The first thing to keep in mind here is lights. Okay, lights. You need lights. It takes more time and effort when you're fishing at night. Just things are going to be slower for you because it just takes more work. The lights really help. A headlight, headlamp on your head works really well, especially when you're tying knots or when you're netting a fish or trying to get the hook off a fish. Seeing what you're doing, where you're looking is very helpful. But black lights, a lot of guys like to use black lights if you're on the boat, even on the shoreline, point it out in the water and it can help light up your line. And you can see your line better, and you can see where you're casting a little bit better. It's really hard to make accurate casting when it's pitch dark out. You can't see where you're looking, so a black light helps light that up. But if you're on the shore, particularly if you're down in the southwest, it's a lifesaver because a black light will light up scorpions. And so you'll see them. It'd be a real nasty end of your night fishing if you step on a scorpion, I promise you. So a black light really helps, or any kind of a light that you can have, a lantern with you on the shoreline, that helps. And on the boat too, any kind of, I know they have the lights, some boats say they got lights that come with them. Some guys will put LED lights around the deck of the boat, or some boats even have that now. Use them. That really helps because not only can you see what you're doing and get into your tackle and your rods, but you're not going to step on something accidentally, something with a treble hook in it, for example, or take a wrong step and take a tumble overboard. So having the right lighting really helps make your night fishing a lot easier. One other key to keep in mind is always have your life vest on. All the time. Once you get in that boat, it's on and stays on the whole time. One wrong move or misstep and you're in the drink. And the problem is when it's really dark out, you can't really tell which end is up. And it's a lot harder. It's very disorientated when you fall in the water. And that, having a life vest could be the difference between, well, going fishing again and not. So I know it's uncomfortable. I know it's warm out, but come on guys, wear a life vest. If you're not willing to do that, then maybe you shouldn't be on the water in the first place. So with that in mind, let's talk a little bit about the baits. Now the baits, it's all about noise and vibration. So the noise and vibration, that works with, say a jitterbug is an excellent nighttime bait. Matter of fact, that's the only bait I'll throw exclusively at night is a jitterbug. That plop, 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 plop back and forth. Big bass just love that. I don't know why, but it works. And it's been around for decades and it still works really well. Jitterbug works really well, as does a buzz bait. Just running that, I like a buzz bait because it doesn't have a lot of treble hooks on it and you can run across weeds in areas where you might get foul hooked if you had something with a treble hook on it. But those two baits are standby top waters for me during at night fishing. And I catch a ton of fish doing that. And a spinner bait is another one. A spinnerbait with a Colorado blade on it, big thumper, going through the water. And I like to throw a 3/4 ounce, big bait, lots of vibration, big object for them to hone in on. And you can throw that all over the place. And again, your risk of getting hung up is really low. With all these baits, color really isn't a thing. As a matter of fact, the best color to throw is black. Black because it shows up as a silhouette against everything else in the lake. So especially if it's a full moon out, it works really well. If the bass is looking up at a topwater bait, a black jitterbug or a black buzzbait shows up best. They can see that better. Or even if it's on the bottom, they can see it. If you're crawling a spinnerbait down the bottom, they can see it better. Speaking of crawling something along the bottom, another bait to use is a plastic worm. Now, I know most of the time a 7-inch ribbon tail worm works really well for bass fishing. At night, size up. Go to a 10 or even a 12-inch worm with a big thumper tail to it. Sure, you can get the rage thumper is what I'm referring to. That's got a lot of vibration to it. You can get a ribbon tail, anything like that. It's got a gator tail to it. Something that puts out a lot of vibration is a big target that they can hone in on. And you can throw that again around docks, weeds, anything that you might get hung up on when it's Texas rigged. You don't have to worry about that. And you can work it slow or fast. Try it and deep too, and shallow. You can fish the Texas rig worm virtually anywhere in any style. So if you're not getting bit on those other baits, I can assure you, you will with a Texas rig worm. It just might take a little bit more work, and it might be a little bit less action because it's usually a slower presentation. As for where to fish, go to the normal areas that you're successful, you know, and you go to a lake that you're used to going to. I would assume that's where you would go. You wouldn't go to a brand new lake at night not knowing where anything is. That's a little dangerous. So you go to a lake that you've been to before. Well, you know certain areas that are good for fishing. Go to those same areas. However, fish shallow. Fish shallower than you normally would. You'd be surprised at how shallow those bass are. They could be up in like a foot of water. I mean, super shallow. So make sure you target shallow areas during this. I know in the summertime, in August, here it is, it's super hot out when the sun's out, and during the daytime you're gonna fish deeper, but in those nighttime, especially if the full moon's out, fish shallow, really shallow, and you'd be surprised how many fish you can catch. A couple more things to think about here. At night, the bite is usually a lot more aggressive. Be ready for them. When the bass hit, they are bam! I mean, it's hard strikes. I love it. It's exhilarating. There's no questioning whether you got a bass on or not. They tell you. So hold on to your rod pretty tight because you get ready for those big hits because they might try to rip the rod out of your hand, which is great. I love that. And another thing to keep in mind too, try to go fishing with a friend. If you can, please do that. For a couple of reasons. First of all, night fishing is a great experience to share with your friends. It's a blast, but they can help you a lot. You know, help each other. You know, you can help each other with getting the boat in or getting the gear down to the shoreline, what have you. You can help each other out as far as seeing things better. If you get hung up, it's easier to get unstuck when you've got a friend helping you. And most importantly, if you happen to fall overboard, you got a friend there to help you get back out on the boat. Or even if you happen to slip in, I've seen this happen, guys that are fishing shoreline at night, they slip on falling something, they get in the water and they can't get back on shore because it's really slippery, or they fall off a deeper spot, they're fishing a deeper edge and they fall and it's a sharp drop and they can't get back out of the water. If you're fishing with a friend, they can help you or call help if necessary. It's just a smart way to go out fishing at night. Just don't take those risks if you don't have to. So I don't want to end on a sour note, but that is basically the gist of night fishing here in August. You're gonna have yourself a blast and catch a ton of fish. I hope that helps. For more tips and tricks like this, visit bassresource.com.